Seriously, I don't try these kind of things, but this one intrigues me today. Maybe it will you. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. You may have seen on social media there is a new challenge, and the challenge isn't really called anything except you put mustard on your watermelon.
Yeah, it's sort of what they're saying is a sweet and salty kind of thing, but they say it's really, really good. And they, as in the people that kind of started the challenge. So got the mustard.
Yeah, Mama Liz went and got a watermelon and got the mustard.
Yeah, my son brought this watermelon home, and it's not entirely ripe. So I'm hoping we're okay. Don't eat the rind. You'll get the cobbly wobbly.
I know. There's a lot of rind that's in this watermelon. Yeah. You'll see it on His Radio TV later with On Demand that we'll have at hisradio.com. The app, His Radio TV is also on Apple TV and Roku. So you'll see it all there. So everybody has it.
Yes.
You see, so Ben and TJ in our video department, and then Liz has hers. She slathered mine in mustard.
Mine's got a good bit of mustard. TJ wouldn't let me put a whole lot of mustard on his.
TJ, show yours.
Hang on, I'm trying to pull it up. Man, I got my hands full. But look, she caked it in mustard.
That's supposed to be the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's good.
I actually had another one that I got just a teensy
He put a
bit.
dab on it.
No.
So
are you going to eat the one that's got the mustard all over it?
No,
yes.
I'm going to eat this one.
You're going to eat the one with just a dab of mustard?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Well, Ben's got a lot of mustard on his piece of watermelon, so.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Go ahead,
ready?
everybody. I'd say everybody at once. I'm going to go.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, good.
That's terrible.
That's good.
Oh, my gosh. That is terrible.
So we know what Liz thinks. I like it because I like mustard. Mustard has no calories.
I like mustard, but...
TJ is gone.
Oh.
You all right, dude?
No, that's nasty.
Ben is drinking water. Am I the only one that likes this?
Oh, terrible.
Am I really the only one that likes this?
That is not.
This is good. I'm going to do this forever.
It's like when people put salt on their watermelon. I hate that. I think it's terrible. Or salt on apples or anything. So this is just...
Where's the mustard?
You want more?
I'm going to put more on mine.
Oh, well, be careful.
This is
it
great.
splatters a little bit when you...
Oh, there's hardly any mustard in this thing.
Oh, there's some. You just got to shake it down to the bottom like you just did. But I got to get some water. This is
great.
It is not good.
The
that
best thing.
Are you putting the whole thing?
It's hardly any that's coming out.
Splattering all over. Ew, Rob.
This is great.
That is too much mustard.
This is awesome, though. This is
I'm
like
with TJ.
I'm
just
doing this forever.
If you have to. Oh no! He just took a humongous bite.
Yeah.
Of. Do you really?
This is really genuinely good.
It is not. It's like...
This is, let me tell you, the dishes in heaven are going to be just like this.
Don't say...
They are. This is really good.
No. And actually in heaven, it probably will taste absolutely delicious. But right here on earth, no. No.
This is good.
That is not good. I don't know, who starts these things?
I have more mustard.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Honestly, I didn't think I'd like it at first. And then I tried it, and I'm like, wow, I had no idea what I was missing out on. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. We tried a condiment on watermelon. It's mustard. You may have seen the challenge on social media. I usually don't do those things, but I thought, why not? I'm bored. And so we tried it. And wow, I was like, this is great.
It was not great. It was not even good.
So good.
It wasn't even not bad. It was terrible.
It's good. It was
terrible.
amazing. I even put more on.
It was like, it made
And
the watermelon warm. Almost.
Yeah, it was almost like a hot dog and watermelon all at once. You just got rid of the hot dog.
Those two things should not go together.
They do go together.
No, watermelon
and
is
it's
so
really good. Well, listen, your mom does what?
My mom, she puts relish on peanut butter sandwiches. Like, what? The first time I saw that, I was like, what in the world, lady? Yeah. And she's like, oh, it's good. It's sweet and salty. And
I might try it now. If I like the mustard on watermelon, I might try it. So Brandon's here at 800-447-7234. What is it that you put on what?
This is my great-great-great-grandmother's secret recipe. But if you put ketchup on salmon before you put it in the oven to bake it or broil it, it makes a fabulous glaze. But don't tell anybody.
Oh, no, of course not. I'm not going to tell anybody except for friends.
Why are you messing up salmon like that?
No, I think that would taste good.
No.
Don't you put cocktail sauce? You
on
use
salmon?
cocktail? Yeah, don't you use cocktail sauce?
No, usually
sauce?
it's like a maple glaze or something like that. Yeah.
Why are you going to put pancake syrup on it?
No, that's good.
Pancake syrup. Madison, what about you?
My son
puts ketchup on his pancakes.
Pancakes?
What in the world is happening?
What do you mean?
I put ketchup on eggs. Is that weird?
Yes.
Okay, but ketchup on pancakes? I don't get that.
Why not? Breakfast.
Where does ketchup come in? Well, I was about to say for breakfast, but I put it on eggs, so.
Yeah, there you go.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Had no idea it was going to be a hit. You know, condiments that are on different types of things. Like we tried earlier, watermelon with mustard. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Hey, it's summer. Why not?
Why not? I know why not, because it's terrible.
Oh, it tasted great. I had it. Liz loved it.
No, I did
TJ
not.
and Ben didn't like it either. It
Ew.
was, there was gag reflexes that were going on around here. Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. People are chiming in. I had no idea that there were condiments that were used on different things.
Yeah, well, Amy is, I don't think, going to take the watermelon mustard challenge. She said, I was gagging when y'all were eating that watermelon with the mustard.
Amy, you're missing out.
No, Amy, you
try
had the
it.
right idea. Heather
Try it.
said, my husband's grandparents used to put maple syrup on their grits. Now, she says this. She said they're obviously not from the South.
Yeah, because you usually slather it in butter.
I know.
Right?
Yeah, or gravy.
Cindy's here at 800-447-7234. How about you, Cindy?
Peanut butter on hamburgers or hot dogs.
Oh, girl. How did that start?
Oh, yes, my mother. The best hot dog in the world is peanut butter, hot dog, chili cheese, and coleslaw.
Did she accidentally
I do not
drop
know
the
my
hot
mother
dog in
does.
the peanut butter?
I don't know. My mom loves peanut butter, but it's good. Give it a try. You'll like it.
Yeah, so the mustard on the watermelon,
Yeah.
peanut butter on the hot dogs or hamburgers.
Well, that's going to make a weekend with Pepto-Bismol.
Okay, Nathan, what about you?
If you take bologna and put peanut butter on it and roll it up, it's really good. You get a little bit of sweet, a little bit of salty.
You are killing me. How did that start?
My dad's from up north, and it was something that he did. It just came south.
And for Liz, it went south.
Yeah, it did.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
This is like devastating news for Liz. Hi, it's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. I mean, it's such a letdown about the Mandalorian, and she's been such a fan, and now this big letdown, this disappointment, this thing that's happening, and I don't know if she's going to recover. Are you going to be okay?
I don't know. I mean, I was so looking forward to later on this year and spending another, 8 hours with Baby Yoda, and now it's not going to happen.
No, it's usually what? The season starts November or something like that.
Yeah, October, November. I think they were.
Sorry.
I know. They were originally talking about, I think, December for the next season of The Mandalorian. Now we have to wait until 2022.
This is the devastating news?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, there's nothing
okay.
to watch. There's nothing to watch on TV. So
Still not.
I know. No, I know. But I'm hoping that maybe they pushed it from December to January. However,
You don't know when they pushed it to?
no.
It could be December 2022.
Well, thanks.
Oh, you're
Thanks
welcome.
for that.
You're welcome.
But Pedro Pascal, who plays the Mandalorian,
Yeah, was
says,
Needs a vacation?
well, he says, we haven't even started filming yet. And I was like, what? You haven't started filming? Because there's a whole process. I mean, especially with Baby Yoda, they have to do a lot of editing when it comes to that character. So
Okay. Yeah.
we may be looking, like you said, at the end of 2022. So.
Maybe they'll push it to 2023.
Oh, well, thanks.
I
You're
think
just-
2024.
Wow, you're just full of good news this
Yes,
morning,
I
Rob.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I think the biggest question so far this week is, who in the world won? The Reconnection to Remember. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Well, good news. After 8 o'clock, we'll know.
Yeah, we will know. And we've had so many entries, and that's awesome, that we will get to see the stories. And but we're just gonna make that drawing coming up at 8:10, and then we'll get working on
The
that reconnection.
stories to me were fascinating.
They really were, and they were all over the place in a good way, because you never know what someone's own personal story of wanting to reconnect with whoever it is in their life that maybe they haven't gotten to.
Some of the ones I didn't get to read all of them, but I read a lot of them, and some were. I just need. My husband and I have been cooped up in this house with our kids for so long. Not that that's a horrible thing. They weren't complaining, but what they thought was we've had no time to ourselves. We just want to get away for a weekend.
Yeah, a couple times.
You know?
Whatever, yeah.
To a son that's halfway around the globe that they haven't seen since the pandemic started.
Yeah. There was one that was across the world. It was best friends who were used to going on a girls' trip every year, and they haven't gotten to in the last couple of years.
Because of this.
Yeah.
You know why. So, Reconnection to remember who is the winner. We'll find out just after 8.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I'm just super excited right now. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. And I'll tell you why. It's because this is the moment that a lot of people have been waiting for.
Right.
It's a reconnection to remember. And I think the biggest question that we've had all week is, who won? We're going to find out.
We are.
Like
I'm so
now.
excited.
You ready to do the drawing?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so if I don't do that,
Okay.
you know what? I'm sorry. Pet peeve. When I hear people say, give me a drum roll, and I hear, I'm like, come on, just do the real thing.
You know I'm going to do that for the rest of your life now.
No. This is not about, let's get the real thing going.
There you go. Okay, see how good I am?
Yeah, no, that's in the can. Oh, come on. Okay, so this is the reconnection to remember. It is time for the grand drawing to find out who wins this opportunity to reconnect with somebody that it's been a long time. Yes. So she's in the computer age. Right. She gets to hit the button.
Okay. And there we go.
You have it already? That's fast.
Well, I hit the button.
Well, you know.
To get it.
And?
Okay. Wait a minute. This is good.
Is it really?
But it's there's going to be some moving parts in this one.
Okay.
Okay, so hold on.
So you have the name.
I have the name.
We know what the story is. Can I see it just a second?
Okay. Well, here we go.
Just give me your iPad.
There's my iPad.
Okay.
Okay. You got it? You see it?
You know what? This is going to be good.
Yeah.
This is going to be super good. Okay, so here's what happens here for the reconnection to remember. Right. I don't want to hold you in suspense.
No.
But this is going to be a surprise.
It has to be because of this story. It has to be a surprise.
This is a surprise.
Yeah.
So we're going to surprise the people who won by giving them this reconnection to remember. I'm going to tell you, I can't wait for you to hear this when it unveils and when it happens.
It is so, like they're going to cry.
This is great. You think so? Liz is going to cry.
Oh, I'm already crying just looking at the story. I mean,
so
seriously.
Oh, man. Okay, so coming up in a few weeks, after it's all put together, the reconnection to remember for this winter will happen before your very eyes.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Never again will I ever complain about having to pay for a parking space downtown. His morning crew with Rob and Liz, his radio.
It can be expensive.
Oh, yeah.
I know there are some downtowns that you can go to a parking garage like on the weekend and it's free.
Oh, and it's free, sure.
But that's not during the week. And that's not
normal.
all the time, and that's not every downtown. Yeah. But it's like if you go to a metro, I'm just going to pick New York City.
Okay.
If you live in the city, people pay to have a parking space.
Sure.
You know,
monthly.
You pay monthly.
Yeah.
You pay for this parking space. And I thought, well, that can be pretty expensive, especially like in Manhattan. Mm-hmm. It is incredibly expensive to have a parking space, only to never use the car.
I know.
Unless you go on a long trip. Because, you take the subway or something like that somewhere, or Uber. But here in Hong Kong, there's this luxury development.
Okay.
And the parking space that someone just paid for was $1.3 million for a parking space, just to park the car.
For the rest of your life? Or just like for a 5-year or a... Wow.
No, that's a week.
No, it's
not a week. It's about a year.
Oh,
1.3 million.
Year?
It's crazy.
Goodness. I had a parking space that I had to have, and I paid for it monthly, and it was about $75 a month. And I complained about it every time I
would.
It. Every time I saw it come out of my account, I'm like, oh, just to park my car.
Was that because of work?
Right. It was.
They made you pay for parking at work?
For a while, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for a while.
What?
Well, I mean.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Listen, the parking's free here. Just so you know. But if you want to pay me, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's how I can afford
I could use a meal out with my wife every now and then. I mean, that would be good.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I hate waking up in a bad mood. His morning crew with Rob and Liz, his radio.
Well, I wonder how you get out of a bad mood. If anything actually works for you at 800-447-7234. I saw online about these short-term mood busters. That's what they call these.
Okay.
Short-term mood busters. And it's obvious stuff, like eat something.
Oh, yeah. So eat something good.
I would recommend a salad, but I guess if it's a bag of Doritos, that's a eat something. That's supposed to be a short-term mood buster. Take a bath, which I never do. Read a book or watch a TV show, they say is a mood buster. Cook or bake, pray, deep breathing, tidy up things, exercise, stretch, to talk to somebody in your family or some kind of a friend. They call it short-term mood busters because evidently things don't last too long.
Well, but once you kind of change your mindset through one of those things, I think it can be long-term. Now, one of the things you mentioned, read a book, which I love to do. Doesn't really change my mood, though, but I will tell you what does is if I get out in nature, like if I even just walk outside, breathe the fresh air, go on a drive.
So that's what works for you. You go outside.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to exercise, so exercise helps me, especially if I get on a bike or run or do something like that. That helps me.
Do you think while you're exercising, like it
sometimes
gives you a chance to
I do,
process?
sometimes I don't.
Okay.
Sometimes there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Kind of that's my life. There's nothing in my brain.
But you have music, with your AirPods or
no,
whatever.
I don't listen to that stuff.
You don't?
No. Distracts me.
Does it really?
It distracts me. Yeah.
So if I'm on a treadmill or an elliptical or something like that, I read a book and listen to music. So I got 3 things working in the good mood favor. But
if I'm listening to something, it would be if I'm at the gym on a cardio machine and it's giving me direction. I'll follow programs.
See, I couldn't.
But I can't do music or anything like that. But if there's a mood buster, that kind of short-term mood buster that works for you, what is it? How did you even discover it? 800-447-7234.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Here's a hack to get your kids from stop fighting. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Ready for this hack? It's a great hack. I love this hack. Here's the hack. Just tell your kids, especially if they like to punch each other a lot.
Yeah.
Okay? Because they're not supposed to do that anyway. You know that. I'm telling you the obvious. Here's what you do. You just tell them, don't punch each other except for once a day. Work it out. See what time you want to punch each other. Just once. Just one punch each. And then just keep it at that. This lady did this.
Yes. When I first read this, when I first heard about it, I thought, that's never going to work because they are just going to pummel each other with that one hit. Then I really read what she said, and it was take the time, think about it, make it count, and by the time they make it count, they're over their anger. They're past it, and then they don't want to hit each other.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, and so they're not hitting. She said, I'm a genius.
She is. You are a genius, whoever you are. What's her name?
Oh, yeah.
Can you not pronounce it?
No, I can't pronounce it.
Okay. Well,
Deeksha or something like that.
She's such a genius. She has one of those names you can't pronounce.
Right.
But for her, it worked. It's like, listen, kids, stop the fighting. Here's what you do. Just pick one time a day that you just punch each other once. They sit down, they talk about it, and then their anger's done. It's like, we don't need to do this.
But it's better than, like, as adults, you're told to, count to 10. If you're in an anger situation, count to 10, and you kind of cool down. Well, if you try to tell your kids that, they're going to be like, rolling their eyes and, Mom, Dad. So if you just say, you get one time to punch each other, that's cool, but you got to think about it first.
Well, for her, it works. Quite the hack, huh?
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Wow, this kid is a superhero. It's his morning crew with Rob and Liz, his radio.
This family's just off the coast in Jacksonville, Florida, on the boat, having a great time. And the kids are in the water. One's 7, one is 4. The little girl's hanging onto the boat. Then all of a sudden, this current comes by.
Oh, no.
She loses her grip. And she lets go, of course. And she's going off in this current. Dad jumps in the water. The little brother's already in there. He's trying to keep up with them. The current is so strong that he's like, I can't do this. I'm trying my best. So he stays as close to them as possible. And then he looked at his son and he said, listen, son, get to shore. Just swim and get to shore. We need help. And so that's exactly what this little boy did. His name is Cade. And Cade was really smart about it because he would swim a little bit, then float on his back, and then start swimming again and doing some strokes. It took him about an hour to get to the coast. He
my
finally
goodness.
got onto the beach and was able to get help, and help arrived and got this little girl and her daddy out of the water, that they were still struggling in the current.
Yeah.
Life preservers and stuff helped them,
Right.
stay afloat, but boy, was that scary. Wow. And that little boy saved dad and sis.
Wow. So is he like a teenager or is he younger or
7 years old.
He's 7?
7 years old.
And he swam an hour to save. Like, that makes me want to cry. Like,
I know, right?
This kid and the determination, and think about how that's going to change maybe the course of his life when he understands fully what he did.
The whole scope of it all.
And
Dad,
God
too, because Dad had to make some decisions. So, like, what am I going to do? I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
And he had confidence enough with that life preserver that his little boy could make it to shore. It looked like they were close enough.
Yeah.
But it took a long time.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten out like a little farther than you wanted to at the ocean, and it feels like you're never going to make it back to shore because that current, it just keeps pulling you out.
If you get stuck into the undertowed.
Wow. Well, Cade, man, wow. Saving the family's life.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Hey, hang in there. The weekend is like hours away. You're going to make it. Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio.
Hey, and if you want to head to Dollywood this weekend, enjoy it. It's huge. It's bigger. I hadn't been in a couple of years. I think I went 2 years ago, and it was much bigger than I remember as a kid. It's getting even bigger. Dollywood just announced that they are going to have like a $500 million investment over the next 10 years to Dollywood.
So what are they going to do?
So they're going to do new resorts.
Okay.
Okay, they're going to add resorts.
Because they have one now. They have the Dreammore Resort.
Right, and this one's going to be Heart Song. So they're adding the Heart Song Lodge and Resort just down from the theme park, but they're also going to add like a new attraction. They say it's going to be a world record-breaking attraction to Dollywood. So
It's got to be a roller coaster.
I'm thinking that too. Longest, fastest, highest. I don't know what they're going to do with that. But Dollywood has been around since 1986. I had no idea, but Dolly just keeps investing in that little community around Sevierville and Pigeon Forge all those years. So think about the jobs that she's...
Well, it's a place to go. We like to go every year.
Yeah, but Dollywood is getting bigger. So if you're one of those people that just loves Dollywood, or maybe you hadn't been back in a while.
I think they have the water park and the park with the rides and the shows.
Right. And don't they have like a dinner theater or something down the road? And
Dixie Stampede.
there you go. I can remember it. So.
Well, I know it because when I went on my honeymoon, that's one of the places we went.
Oh, yeah. See, I have never been to the Dixie Stampede.
It's fun because you eat with your hands.
You eat
There's
with...
no utensils.
There's not. So what? Are you having meatloaf? Like, what are you having?
No. Stuff you eat with your hands.
So sandwiches. It's all sandwiches.
No. It's not sandwiches.
So what is it?
There's barbecue chicken from what I
Oh,
recall.
I thought you were just going to say barbecue.
Yeah.
Barbecue, mashed potatoes, all with your hands.
Yeah. We might as well.
But you know what? That's fun.
It is.
You don't do they have napkins? I hope they have napkins.
No. But they have moist towelettes.
You know what? Sure.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Got a hack for you if you like the guac at Chipotle. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. I got the ingredients.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I feel
All
smart
right.
because this is like Liz's arena. She's like, she cooks, she bakes, she makes things that are amazing. So I want to wow her. Okay, here you go. Ready?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Avocado, cilantro, jalapeno, onion, lime, salt, pepper, and tortilla chips. There you go. There is your hack for the Chipotle guac.
Okay. I mean,
I'm sure there's more, entailed in that. But.
Well, because you have to know how much cilantro and how much onion.
Okay, well, then there's that, and that's Liz's arena.
But you can always kind of just make it your own. I like to make my own guacamole. I like it really chunky. A lot of people say Chipotle is my life, and I've never been a huge fan. So
really,
yeah.
It's not your life.
It's not my life.
Why?
I just have other things that are much, much, much more important
than the guac at Chipotle.
Than Chipotle at all. But but I like guacamole. I love guacamole.
What about that place? They always tell you, welcome to Moe's. How about Moe's?
Not a big fan of.
That's not your. Okay, so you're not the Mexican stuff.
I used to be, and then my youngest son wanted to have Mexican food every single week after church.
Oh, okay. It's done.
Yeah, I was over it.
Taco
very
Bell?
Quickly.
What about the Taco Bell?
I just don't.
How about what is it, Monterey? What about Monterey?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
You poor thing.
I know.
You're missing out on some great stuff.
But I used to love it. Like I say, I just got
Well, bring your love back.
burned out.
Bring your love back
I'll make
to the
my guac at home now that I have, thanks to you, the Chipotle recipe.
There you